last two, have you seen them
No.
on my Twitch?
All right, I'll have to go check them out. Here we are. Welcome back.
With
Well,
the
they, they, Pete,
third round of the final in the tour. Pete is
third and final
brown.
game.
Pete is brown Cirque and Beef is red tan.
Best of luck. It's been a good series so far. I'm excited to see the final battle here.
Yeah, and Beef with an engine bay and some marines.
So we got engineering bay and two barracks going down right away for B. Zerg. Yep, looks like Zerg's going two quick Kerrigans, two hives. I'm guessing.
No, I found a new strategy with Cirque, but I won't reach it this one. Really bad timing for me, but I don't know. I boosted the income, as you see, and Beef with engine bay and turret. Luckily, I got the hydraulic on, but I didn't get the ultralisk on out. That's what I wanted.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. Those two hydraulic bends were crucial, getting those down against Bio Bay, and then also his turret, his Tiro BC. The Kerrigans will really help clean up those Raynors there.
Yeah, but
gems. But main focus is he going to be able to push? Is he going to be able to push this hero NORAD here on this first spawn or not? It looks like no. Would have been nice to get some 100 killers there, but that's all right. Let's see what he goes. Pete throwing down a third hydrogen, got the ultra out now. Defiler, their early swarm we're seeing on the second spawn by Pete. Really quick Defiler swarm out.
Yeah.
Beef sticking with the turret, a couple barracks, marines, and of course Firebat. So it looks like again with the early swarm from Pete, it looks like it's going to work.
It will work.
See if Beef has an early response this game.
A good response to the hero battlecruiser. Now with the evolution chamber. Right. And Beef with some bunker.
Yep, a mech hero going down. Good, you see the top level players doing this now. You just have to. Beef throwing in a couple barracks when he needs to, killing them off and upgrading when he can add heroes and do something bigger. It's kind of the play. You throw in a couple cheap units just to fill out your mass a little bit, get that unit count up. Yeah. Refund either gas or hero up when you need to.
Just one.
So Beef did a great job of that.
You saw that one ultralisk under the swarm, just killing, just taking all the damage.
Yeah.
So the hero battlecruisers doesn't stack. That swarm really helped.
Mm-hmm. Here come the heavy fire bats, as we would have guessed from Beef here, countering that early swarm before he has a chance to economy up and get to that level 3 Magellan, which is quite a ways away. So it's either tanks or fire bats at this point, and a good quick counter from Beef. Also could add in some irradiate from science vessels, I believe, would really help in this position.
Yeah, but he doesn't have science facility.
Right.
I'll speed it up to 4.
There we go.
I'm adding some hydralisk and some ultralisk and evolution base, evolution chambers. And I have this swarm helping me a lot. I'm pretty sure this...
Yeah, the evolution chamber, even just one of them, getting that occasional Tora ultra in there. Yeah.
Even he has firebats, I will still
Yeah, and that Tora, swarm or not, it's got massive armor at 9, so
yeah.
it's definitely just a meat shield that you need out there. Beef recognizing right as we talk about it. Ugh, Taurus.
And
Sorry, Pete, go ahead.
now he's shooting the Hydralisk under the swarm, so the swarm is just so good at the early point here. I'm pretty sure these battle cruisers would stack if I didn't have the swarm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, melee units only in there, as we know. Splash. And that lurker just so effective against fire bats.
Yeah.
Just plop down. Plop down and already at 7 kills.
Yeah.
8, 9. Just took out all those fire bats. The lurker just so great. 10.
10 kills on a...
But these
200 million units. That's cheap for a unit that kills 10 units. So the lurker is definitely worth it. At least versus Charon.
But I do like Beef's strategy of just putting one. Yeah. I agree. But I do like Beef's strategy of just putting one turret out, because why not? They're heavy battle cruisers. It makes you have to deal with them. And they're 850 HP for the Hyperion. I think the NORAD's like at 700 or something. So swarm or not, your Hydras still have to kill through that massive HP unit. So it gives him a little time to just delay and easier time of stacking, in my opinion. It really helps.
They are really good at stacking. If you can't gas up.
Yeah, not to mention,
you cannot go in front in income, because if those hero battle cruisers is stacking, even Defiler, Swarm, nothing can beat a stack of hero battle cruisers. They just kill. The damage is so high on them. So if they just stacked even in small numbers, it's so hard to push it back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we're seeing that now. They did push past the swarm, so he's just gonna lace into these Hydras here, and that's dangerous, at least until Pete getting just one swarm is all it takes to hold here. A couple spawns down the road, so
yeah, they're nearly dead.
That also gives you a little chance to gas up.
Luckily, they were all red, nearly dead battle cruisers, so they don't stack now. And now they're gone.
Yeah.
But they were close to stacking. And
yeah, it's a good swarm. It's a good swarm here for your melee units, but your Hydras aren't going to make it.
No, Hydralisk doesn't do damage, but they attack the battle cruiser, so that's all good. And 3 evolution chambers from me, and some fire bats, and some engine base and marines. He still doesn't have any siege tank. That's the problem with the hero battle cruiser. You cannot switch it without losing any money on it. If you go like normal battle cruisers, you can always switch them back and forth for siege tank, and you have the option to do the irradiate as well. So I definitely prefer going normal battle cruisers.
Right.
But it's 1-1, so
yeah, it's a fair point. It is a lot more expensive to get to the initial battle cruiser, though. right?
Yeah, 2,500 instead of 1,200. So it's a lot more, but I use it more efficient. I think it's better, but
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely have a stack here, and I'm in front in gas. I think we are on same gas. Actually,
Same gas, and
beef is one in front of me, but I'm
beef just
having
threw down some. Beef just threw down some siege tanks.
yeah.
So here we have a spawn of some siege tanks. We'll see if he can get a stack going here to push back, but still just taking some heavy damage. We might even see an early boom here from Beef now that he does have those siege tanks. Maybe his chances are better and he'll push off that silo, but we'll just have to wait and see. And didn't get the research on the siege this round.
Nope.
So we might see a boom from Beef, or he's going to let it go. Tough to say.
I think
taking that
go.
one early boom to save your silo before it's burning is worth it.
Yeah, it is. I would say so too. But I think I would just regain the push with this Zerg spawn. I'm not sure, but it's to me it seems like it's really good against this spawn Beef has.
Yeah, I mean, early Defiler is just, some of the earlier, like Queen Beta, early DSQs about 10 years ago, some of the best, but it was just you get Zerg versus Terran, and Zerg would always win because there was no way to combat the swarm, even mass tanks and fire bats. It was really tough. So I'm really glad you added that feature, Pete, of the hero ability, for the Magellan.
Yeah.
The disruption. So I think that's actually a pretty cool added element in this new version.
Indeed.
Because in the old classic, the real classic, 10 years ago, it was over. It was just over.
But actually in DSQ beta or final, Terran is an overpowered race. No chance to win Terran with Zerg. There's a tiny chance if you can get some rigged queens. Queens doing like 50 kills is really good, but that's just really hard because Terran just rush wins. If Terran gas a lot, then you can win, because when you have enough mass with Zerg, Terran cannot do anything about it. But just the start game, Terran is so strong, so Terran just win fast. Nothing you can do with Zerg or even Protoss against Terran in DSQ beta or finals. It's not bad balanced, but Terran's just doing the same thing game after game. Terran will always win. That's what I found, at least. But of course, if you do mistakes and such, Zerg with Swarm is really good, like later in the game.
Well, I'm really glad you got into map making and created these. These are really cool.
Yeah, I really love the abilities. They are kind of true to the races. Zerg with a worm. I would like Blizzard to make a Zerg worm. Like it would be cool. And then Infester. I know the Queen does actually infest the command centers from Terran, and then you are able to make only infested Terrans. But what about the infested Durans and infested Kerrigans? Those are heroes, so they're not really used in a normal game. but what if an Zerg had an unit that would be able to infest any ground unit into infested units, like direct, like in this one. That would be cool. That's why I made these abilities for the Zerg. And the Terran just having a paratrooper dropship, that's cool as well. I think it's being true to the human race. Terran doesn't have any paratroopers in StarCraft, but I've added it, so I really like it. And the disruption Magellan, the disruption Magellan is also really nice. It has some good stuff to it with some nice features like confusion, evasion, and dispelling of DWeb, and EMP is a bit like dispel, but not the same way. But then the Magellan just have the EMP in another way. It's a lot like Terranish. So
no, it's really creative. It's really creative, and it's really well done. It's really well executed. I can't imagine the programming that went into that. Like some of the confusion and the evasion and all that. Like, you just did a great job, I think.
Yeah.
But looks like you're keeping Beef here pushed against his fortress as well.
Yeah, made a
both
lot of
even on
songs.
gas, and
I killed one evolution chamber because songs and evolution chambers doesn't work so good. So I made 3 and killed one, and I'm starting to add up the mass together with the songs. This will be hard for Terran indeed. I'm taking the lead here, so it's a good point for me here in the game. I just need to keep on playing this good, and I'm pretty sure I'll end up winning it. Not letting him stack too much, taking my booms. I have 3 booms as well, so definitely a good situation for me right now. I remember that final game.
Yeah, you've kept the pressure on it. It doesn't even look like your silo's taking a hit all game.
Nope.
3 booms. So Beef's just kind of had to absorb this swarm, this onslaught here, but he's done a really great job of keeping level gas with you and still not allowing you really to push too hard on his cannons. So
yeah, but this
I
is...
mean, if Beef gets a good move here, he can play out of this and all of a sudden put it on you.
We're getting into the time where Terran can be really strong and stack up and take up some booms from Zerg. Nearly no matter what you do as Zerg at this point in game, Terran will just, if they play it right, just push it off. So you gotta add up your income and stall the game a bit and get into the final stage where you can get up some hero kukulsas to make a good stack against these siege tank. But gas doesn't do any damage in the swarm, so this point where Terran is making siege tank, it's getting hard for Zerg. Late game when you have a lot of guards, it's getting hard for Terran again. So, but that's way later. But at the point right now, I'm just stalling it just fine. I remember I had the feeling this was going the right way as I wanted. I'm up on 5 gas and Beeps is on 4 gas, and he doesn't have any booms, and I had the feeling it was going all right.
Yeah, it's been a good aggressive push most of the game here now. So Beef getting his stack on, getting those tanks up, fire bats, and eventually get to that 5th gas. We can get some Magellan and kind of switch things up a little bit. But if I remember correctly, the last 2 games he didn't get the level 3 Magellan Disruption. He just tried to play through it.
Yeah.
The first 2 of the series. Or was that just the first game?
I think he got it very late. Maybe the second game. I think it was cool. Maybe the second game he didn't even get it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's right. I think one game he did get it, one game he didn't. I'd go back and look, but either way, we'll see what he does this game. Not saying that was a deciding factor in any way. It definitely does help, but it just kind of it gives you that confidence that you don't have to like play your build to the swarm anymore. You know, when you have that disruption Magellan out there, then you can play your own strategy and put out a really strong spawn and unit.
Yeah.
You know, diversity that you want to do.
Yeah. So you can actually just do Rhines, Marines, and battle cruisers with that dispel on Magellan.
Yeah.
Swarm won't be any problem with you, but until the 5th gas and you don't have that Magellan level 3, the swarm is definitely gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know, without the swarm, Terran is just so freaking good. So I don't know, it's so
strong.
It's kind of balanced that way, so
yeah, it's really hard to beat siege tanks. And you know, I think the Marine is the highest DPS unit in the game, right? The highest damage per second, fastest attacking.
Yeah.
Terran is so strong. I know that they're weak though. They're only 40 HP on those Marines, but still, when you get a line of them protecting a row of siege tanks, it's really hard to push.
Yeah, because they damage the enemies before even being hit. So, so it's either being really weak or either being really strong. So it's those Marines does really good at some points, but they're also weak if they're being hit. So
right.
Like Templar Storm also.
Oh, massive. Right.
Also kills Marines really fast.
Sorry, Pete. There's a little delay.
Okay. I said the Templar Storm also kills Marines really fast, like only 40 HP.
Yeah, for sure.
But Marines are cheap as well, so and Templar Storm is actually pretty expensive, so. But Beef would come back here, and I was pretty much expecting this to happen, I'm sure. Taking my 6 gas, getting ready for the end stage, still having 3 booms, so I'm pretty sure I'm having the feeling I'm in a good situation. So
yeah, you're still holding that midway point, which is good. So you're getting that economy boost, which is obviously beneficial for you, but it's more beneficial that he's not getting that right now. So you're holding that economy lead.
Yeah.
The Zerglings and the Infestors just running to the front, really helping kind of disrupt any sort of stack Beef's got in the last couple of spawns. So it's going to have to just be a little stronger here.
And I don't have the overload speed. You see, you don't really need the overload speed because they're with not far distance. Like if you have them the next spawn, the overload is so slow. So if he booms, there would still be an overload at the middle of the map when the raid's coming out. So Actually,
Yeah.
using slow overlords is not really bad, but I don't know if Terran going Wraith early in the game, you probably need the speed on the overlords, but if he doesn't doing raids,
Yeah.
you don't need the overlord speed in a long period.
So Beef just with the massive bio stack right now. Threw down a bunch of barracks, got that marine count up, and really pushing back now against this Zerg Pete spawn here. It looks like he is going to hold and push through. Hopefully that midway line here for him. We'll see.
I'm pretty sure he will push it now, so, and I'm pretty sure I'm ready for it as well. So it's just going as I expected. My strategy is ready for this.
So Pete with the level.
The level 1
Sorry.
worm. My strategy is ready for.
I was going to say Pete with the level 1
worm. Yes, I have level 1 worm. And the swarm. The swarm and the worm also works really well, giving it cover.
Definitely.
So I might actually push it back here a bit. I don't know. Even if I didn't push it back here, it would still be okay for me. I'm pretty sure. But this one defiler with the swarm just working so good right now. All my hydralisk is being covered and doing damage outside the swarm into the marines. Really good stuff for Zerg. So, and now new units.
Yeah, and those infested Durans. Sorry, I was just going to mention those infested Durans too. You know, doing 28 damage, having a healing 300 HP to deal with. I mean, those are strong. Those rip through the marine bio.
Yeah.
So yeah, good hold. You're keeping them off the silo here, which is great. Another good swarm there. So it looks like you might even hold off your silo here and push him right back. But still a massive tank wall from Beef, so that is going to be challenging.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure I'm ready for a Terran push at this point of game. I wouldn't be afraid of losing if Terran was pushing right now. It's hard to avoid Terran doing that.
Okay.
And Beef with some more racks, marines, and he doesn't have irradiate yet, but he's having the push here. Indeed, the marines in a mass just shields the tank good, so he has the push here, indeed. And I think I'm gonna take the 7th gas really soon. At least I think that. It would be good to do, at least soon. Guess I'm trying to stall the time a little bit more, but it's kind of impossible to push this Terran mass back for Zerg. So I should just take the seventh gas, and that's what I'm gonna do real soon, I think.
Ooh, another good swarm set there, though.
Yeah, and the level 3 Magellan also very costly. It's like 4,200. That's a lot of minerals to use on getting rid of that swarm. So, but when you have a lot of money, it's not that much to get rid of that swarm, and the Magellan just does confusion and evasion as well, so it's definitely worth it if the Zerg is doing swarm.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take the 7 gas now, and beefs with the 7 gas as well, so yeah, it's looking good for me right now.
Yeah, you're still holding him from pushing and doing any damage to your silo. It's a bit of a stalemate right now, but the tanks should reach a tipping point here pretty soon in their stack that you just have no chance. But I see you countering with the spores now, so we're getting the hero guards out there, which now you have a chance of pushing back, and you are both on your 7th gas now. So yeah, it's you're in a good position here.
Yeah.
You know, I think Beef could kill off all those barracks and nearly get to level 3 Magellan.
Yeah, he could.
And change things up, but he's still pushing now. He's gonna get to that silo here, it looks like.
But my mass is not that high yet. I have like 4, 6, 8, 10 hydralisk and 5, 10 spawning pools. So for Zerg to be really good, it's probably 50% more in the amount of those mass units, and just like at least 12 spores. For it to be enough of a hero guards to be able to stack.
Yeah.
And beef with the irradiate now as well.
Yeah. So a good long push here from Beef, and now we're tanking the silo here, taking pretty big hits. So he may boom here pretty soon to save that silo once he gets his spawn to a comfortable place where he thinks it's worth the boom. Or he'll just continue to push and maybe just let it go. That 7th gas is coming into effect here pretty soon as well. So
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna boom it when my income is back.
But you don't have to spoil. You don't have to spoil it for the viewers.
That's true. But if not booming it, it would be bad. So, and normally I don't play that bad. So, of course I'm using. Of course I'll use a boom on this, but just not right now because I'm still in delay, and
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure at this point Terran would just push it back again
Yeah,
really
and
fast.
you're still. Yeah,
And
yeah, he would.
and
Yeah,
it
Beef's got a great spawn out there, but
yeah.
you're still holding off hits. You're still holding off hits on that silo, so you're really not even taking that much damage right here.
The damage is low, so it's it's not that bad for me.
Yeah, the AI programming here of the tanks does an interesting thing where they'll hit the silo and they'll stay fixated on the silo even if enemy units run by them, but as soon as they get attacked by something else, then they'll switch.
Then they hit.
So you'll still see tanks fixated and hitting the silo, not stop there. They don't auto switch to the incoming enemy.
No. But I think
So you see ones behind it.
That's rather good in a way.
Yes. Yes.
That they don't switch. They just keep on hitting the silo. And when being attacked, they switch to the units.
Then they switch.
The splash damage the tanks is making on the silo does hit the units from your enemy as well. So.
Right. Gosh, that's a pretty massive tank stack Beef's got going there.
Yeah, but notice my delay is 80 and Beef's delay is 140. So I'll be coming out from the same gas just a tiny bit before Beef. And that's where I'm gonna make the boom, I'm pretty sure.
Sure. That would be the place to do it.
The silo is still green, so
yeah, and you're even that 1 to 5 are still setting off some really good swarms too.
Yeah.
So you're able to hold on here. Another good swarm.
Yeah, 2 good swarms there. Just wide. Sometimes they swarm same spot. So, but this one, two swarms on each side of the silo, just really good.
Yeah, perfect, actually. So Pete, would you say that this is version 5.0, would you say this is as balanced as it can get? And would you say that there's a race that's superior to any of the others, or do you think it's all even?
And here's
There's
with
the boom by Pete.
Here's with the boom, and my delay is out on the 7 gas, and I really boomed that good, I think. And to answer your question, I really feel like this 5.0 is the masterpiece of the balance. I have the feeling that all races have the ability to win the game if you time it well and play it well. I might think Terran is just like 2% better, but that's mostly because they are more easy to control your field stack. It's more easy to control when you need just to push back slow, and you can time your gases really well with Terran in an easy way, but But of course Terran can lose as well. But Terran does have some good weapons against Zerg also. But I don't know. I think just Terran is very easy to use compared to other races. You don't need to be as fast like with Zerg. I need to build all these creeps and the first spawn. I didn't succeed in this one. Even I did okay, but Zerg's build just against Terran at least just needs to be really fast. Also against Protoss, you need to be really fast, making all these buildings, adding up the mass and doing the switches and the right moments and like Zerg is a bit harder to play, I think, but they can be really good as well. Definitely not impossible to win both against Protoss and against Terran. Zerg has ability to win the game. I does do 2 show matches of Terran against Zerg, against a good Zerg player. He actually won me a couple of times with Zerg against me Terran. But this show match we just did after the tour, I won with Terran 2-0. So one of the games he did really good. He came close on winning, but if we're gonna stream these 2 show matches of me being Terran versus him Zerg, you'll see how I use the power of the slow stack on the temple where Terran is really strong. I use that into perfection. The other game was just easy because he made some mistakes on Zerg, so yeah, he made it really easy for me. When Terran gets the push, it's just getting really easy to be Terran. But if getting pushed by Zerg, it can be hard, but it's actually supposed to be that way. So one of the show matches, he takes down the cannon fast and he takes the silo, but I just stole the game at my own temple. He getting all the midpoint boost, but like 10 minutes into the game is where Terran is strong, so I start push there and get his booms, and I push again and just ends up winning the game. So we can stream that show match as well if you want, just to see how I would play Terran.
Yeah, we'll have to do that at some point.
But at this point it's looking really good for me. I have 2 booms and I have the push, and a really good situation for me in this case with Zerg. So I'm pretty sure I have the feeling I have this one by now.
Yeah, definitely. So there's the first boom. Do you care?
Yeah, but to the matter of the booms saving the silo, for those players who keeps the booms for like end game, the booms is actually worth more early in the game, I think, because having 3 or even 10 booms like late game wouldn't help if you don't have the push late game. Then no matter how many booms you have, it wouldn't matter. You keep getting pushed. So having a huge amount of booms doesn't really help you. That's why I always use at least one boom on the silo. Sometimes I actually use both booms. I've tried so many times using 3 booms on the silo, but that is really bad because one boom in the end can make you push and stronger spawn. With a good boom, you can make a weaker spawn push and stronger spawn. So having one boom in the end game is a good choice to have that.
For sure.
But this 5.0 balance is I don't think it can be much better. It's I wouldn't change it. I need to fix a couple of bugs and team games like instant spawn bugs sometimes on the Terran siege tank. There's a couple of other bugs I need to fix, but I would not change the balance, the building prices, and I keep all the unit stats default. So I'm being true to StarCraft, not having any special stats on the units. So and the spell cost and the upgrades is of course default as well. So I love being true to the StarCraft theme, not having an Archon with 18 armor or something like that. You see, if you play other Desert Strike maps, you will see units with some weird stats in I think definitely some weird stuff. It just shows how hard it is to actually balance this, but those other map makers had to change up the stats. But Blizzard actually made the balance in the units, so of course putting all the unit stats to default is surely making the best battle, I think.
Yeah.
I think we can speed it up to 8. I'm just gonna say Beef is starting to adding raids, and he still have a lot of racks, and he has Paratrooper level 3, and I'm just adding more and more spores right now, still having the Swarm as he doesn't have the Magellan level 3. And
you also have 2 specials and he has 0.
Yeah, and Beef with another boom. I only have 3 greater spires, and now I actually made Plague. So I got rid of Swarm, even he doesn't have the Magellan level 3. I have enough spores to get the Plague instead versus the race. This is where the point of where you have enough hero guards that does damage, so you don't need the Swarm.
Yeah.
Right now I have 3, 6, 9, 12 spores and a lot of mass. I'm adding a few greater spires. Those greater spires is for the battle cruisers. the divorce is not so good against raids. The hero Kukulsa Mutalisk is just way better against the raids. The raids doing only 50% damage against the Mutalisk, so Spores is definitely way better against those. But I don't know, 3 greater spies is not that much. Having some divorce is just powering up the other units, so it's good to have some at least.
Yep. And Beef just getting his first nuke special upgrade there just a minute ago. So Beef's doing a good job of holding the initial push here, but you are getting those hero guards stacking up.
Yeah, it's still in the low number. You can see they're not really that high numbered, so they don't stack that well yet. But as I get more and more, it will be able to stack like the siege tank. So still Terran is strong at this point, but soon with the more guards, Zerg will definitely be really strong as well. We're getting close to that point. It's pretty easy to see it actually. The guards is starting to stack right now already, not being killed. So it's a tip from Terran being strong mid game to start end game, and Zerg just getting strong in the very end. And Beef with some more raids. Aggressive, but then I don't think they are very good against Zerg. So, but using him to stack battlecruisers is not bad, especially if Zerg only made divorce greater spies. Raids would actually be good.
Yeah.
But Raid's air damage is explosive, so it's only 50% against Mutalisk. And Plague is just so mean against the Raids as well, so...
Yeah, it is.
And I'm on 2 nukes, and Beef in level 1 special. And me actually doing the infestation, just saving a boom, just forcing Beef to use his special. Yeah, why not? So
yeah, and get in some good damage on the fortress there for a little bit.
Yeah, because Beef with a counter, but I still had some damage. And I evenly had to use a boom, so why not use the spec against him? And now I'm on my 3rd gas level, and Beef is still on his 1st. So my gas will go up a lot faster than Beef's.
Yeah, he's up 2,100 gas on you. You just gotta reach that before he gets to the 7,000. So who will get there first?
Yeah, and the boom from me. So
this is a really crucial push right here. Whoever gets it.
yeah, I have the feeling I get it. With the plague, just plagued all his raids and the stack of guards. Yeah, it looks good for me right now. As you see, the guards, the Devour, the Hydralisk, only small amount of siege tank. The Zerg stack is just way bigger than the Terran stack, so yeah, I have the push back here. I'm pretty sure. Even I have level 3 special. I definitely got the push. So
yeah, and we'll see if Beef kills anything off here to counter it.
yeah,
Change up the build.
and
Looks
Beef,
like he's heading a couple more raids.
a lot of Marines, a lot of raids, a lot of spores from me. Greater Spires, Hydralisk, Circlings, Plague. Yeah.
Yeah, and Beef took his second nuke gas.
Yes, so I'm getting ahead now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beef things never gas 7. I'm not sure I agree with that, but but if that's his way of playing best, that's how he should play. He won the second game by not doing the 7 gas, and I did the 7 gas, and it was a mistake from me. I lost the game because of doing the 7 gas, but I'd say I win more often doing the 7 gas than I lose by not doing it. So I don't know.
Yeah. I win quite a few games staying at just 5.
Yeah, having that instant spawn helps a lot too. So
Yeah.
if staying at low gas, I would stay on 5 gas and not on 6, because then you have the instant spawn, like an offensive boom, just for when your enemy have used all his booms. You can finish him off with an instant spawn.
Yeah, or make him use it in replace of a boom, make him use a boom.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they use a boom, counter with it and make that boom worthless, make him take another boom. So yeah, it's really handy. A lot of players blow through it, or they'll use it when they don't need to and just kind of get through it to get to that 7th gas, which I totally get. But yeah, I was just saying, I kind of find myself more often than not just stopping at 5 on gas.
Yeah, it's. I remember me testing the income amounts a lot, just to make it both be okay in a way, so that 7 gas is not always the best solution, but 5 gas is neither always the best solution. If you time your 7 gas good, and you have a good stall in the game, and you're not being and you have booms, then the 7 gas can be good. But if you lost some booms early game, and you lost the push early and the silo, and you're way behind, and it's late in the game, so you won't gain as much and as on doing the 7 gas, then it can be really bad to do the 7 gas. So I remember me testing a lot of games to precision this amount to be good at some points, but also to be weak at other points. Because why make 7 gas if it's never good? And why make the 7 gas always be the best solution? That would also be bad. So the challenge for me was to balance it. So it's like how well you play it. If you play it bad, the 7 gas is not good. If you play it really good, it can be good as well. So I think I succeeded in that really well, making the 7 gas being good at some points. If you played well the rest of the game, 7 gas can be good, but it's not always the best solution. So
Right.
I actually had to put in when I made the defense generator. I set the health power on the generator actually being pretty strong, so like Terran would be able to win off Zerg pushing Terran. So the generator on the defense is actually, I tested that one a lot as well, because I had to put the power up on the generator, because else the Terran could be too weak, because Zerg is so strong at the beginning of the game. So that's why the generator, I had to put up the generator health power. I know the Sunkens can really blow up this, but in general I had to put up the health power on the generator. And with this high power on the generator, full gas, if you just go full gas straight away, I had some test games where it would be impossible to, even at 5 gas with the instant spawn, you just cannot kill that generator fast enough if the enemy just goes 7 gas and gets the 2,500 mineral bonus, and just the income goes up so fast. That's why I put some obstacle to avoid this direct 7 gas strategy, because going straight 7 gas just ruins the game of doing some strategy on the other gases. So I had to put the 26 minutes obstacle, so you don't get the 2,500 mineral bonus if you gas straight away.
Got it.
That was to avoid players for going straight full gas. I know in some situations you could still win players going full gas straight away, but if the player was just a little bit good, players just going 7 gas straight away would be too good. So I had to avoid that by putting in no mineral bonus on the 7 gas if you go straight away. So we see here the end game. Beef giving it up, have used all his booms, and me with a good push, and Beef saying battle cruisers is too expensive, so that's why he doesn't do them. And I'm way in front in gas as well, so
you think he should have gone all battle cruisers instead of raids?
yeah, indeed.
Not versus Devourer, Beef says.
Yeah, that's true. Raids is good against Devours, but raids are not good against but not
but you're more likely to get a battle cruiser stack going though, and that's kind of what you need. Yeah. Well, good game, good series, fun to watch. Old players.
Yeah. Are you going bed or you have time for streaming the show match?
I'm probably not going to do another commentary tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, but another time, for sure.
Okay.
I'd love to see it.
You have to see